How does it know when someone loads the tool which Claude account to use? When you create when you first start it up and you create the team, you choose what worker you want to, what agent you want to use for your workforce. So either Claude, Codex, Gemini, or OpenCode. And then for your director, you could also choose. And then, of course, the size of your team here. Um, and even if you already have created and you want to switch, you can just drop this menu down. You can switch it on the fly for you. You can change the role here too, what role they are. And it'll update the roster right up here. And it'll tell you who's working, who's sitting there on idle. And if you even spawn a new agent, like right now I spawned a Claude. Well, I want Claude. I want OpenCode instead. So this will tell you, hey, changing it, it'll lose some of the conversation. Yeah, that's fine. And OpenCode will load here. And then from here, I can change the model because it's OpenCode. And I'm going to use Big Pickle or whatever AI, free AI you want to use. And I want him to be a QA. And if you watch up here, here's the new QA right here in the roster. But you're right, the UI is not pretty, and that is actually one of my tasks I'm going to be working on. There needs to be more distinction between each terminal. There has to be a better padding between each one. The header bar is god-awful, and I'm going to be changing that. Yeah, but how is it logging into those? I'm not understanding the question. How is it logging into? How is it? Each one of these is its own terminal, like no different than this, your Windows terminal, and you can have as many of these as you want, right? So it's kind of built into the desktop itself. That's all it is. They're just terminals. Yeah, and like I said, you could have as many as you want. There's two more, and I want these guys to be writers. We need some writers on our team, and you could create a whole new team. You got multiple teams. This is just by test team right now. Because I was testing this. Let's call this my debug team or whatever you want to call them. It doesn't matter. But I'll get rid of my writers. That's too squishy. And you could you could actually come here and change the layout a little bit if it's not some. It tries to fit what it can, depending on the layout you pick. But there is a size limitation on your terminals here, because you can really squish them. So for a view like this, stacking like that, well, not like that. Doing this one, it stacks it nice and pretty for you. You're cooking. And these are all Codex, right? And I only, just let you know, I only have the pro subscription for them, for Codex. And I have 2% left. I showed this an hour ago, and I was at 3%. So I'll use 1% because of my token efficiency that I have built into this. It does some serious optimization to your tokens to reduce the usage so you can run more terminals at once and AI. And even Claude. I was at, let's see here. I've been at 2% for an hour now. And it resets in 4 hours. So Codex and Claude are about equal. one is better at things that the other one's not, and vice versa. I like them both, and I've been using both of them more. And for coding, I've been using Codex because I'm trying to see how well it does. And right now, I think Claude or Codex GPT just came out with 5.6, but I'm not using that right now. Or that's going to be their next one. They're talking about doing to their 5.6 model. Of course, I don't have it, but and supposedly that's way better than Claude, according to them. How many days it took to build the software? I started this software. What day am I on my stream here? My day 9, so 9 days ago, pretty much. 10. Okay, 10 days ago is when I started this. Yeah, exactly. I actually built my whole SaaS website in exactly 10 days. Let me show that to you guys. And this is also a part of my my project. Whoa, that's bright. This is part of my project that I'm going to be considering in my ARR as well. Because I vibe code this whole website, and it's my SaaS website. And what it is, it's a whole billing system, and it's a whole tool to run your entire business. If you're an HVAC company, electrical company, there's all sorts of industries this will work for, and even more than this. So it's a CRM, and I'll show you the demo here. Go back in. It has an AI receptionist. Most of this has AI automation built into it. I have smart scheduling built into it. It'll actually try to do its scheduling depending on where your techs are. So if I go to schedule here, I can see where my appointments are and where my techs are. So this is the company right here, and it's just a demo company. And these are appointments that are upcoming. So the smart scheduling, what it'll do, it'll see where the techs are and the time that they're in that area, and it'll try scheduling you to that tech around your area, that your tech will be in your area. It tries to group them into neighborhoods, and it does good pattern recognition to determine that. Thanks, Big. You can manage all your customers through here, and you could add more customers. Even the AI will add customers. If you go back to see it running here, and you call that number, it's the AI receptionist to my demo company, and she sounds really good and almost human-like. In fact, if most people wouldn't even know she's AI. And you can set her up to either automate fully, or you could go, if you go to communications here, go to receptionist, you could actually pause receptionist if you have one for your company already. You can tell it what hours to answer, and you set your hours and stuff for your company. There's a whole settings in here. She could do bilingual. She could do multiple languages. Right now, I only have her set to English or Spanish for bilingual. You could rename her. This is the greeting for your company, and there's a wizard in here that'll understand what your company is, and it'll build a whole script for your entire company, what you offer, and it'll tailor it towards your personalized information for your company. So if customers are asking questions, like, hey, I got a leak, I'm spraying water all over the place, she'll actually be like, oh, let's actually get your water shut off right now. Before she even tries to make a sale, she's like, let's go ahead and get your water shut off. Let's take care of that, and then I'll walk you through how to go and shut it off. And she'll walk you through it. And then when you tell her, okay, I got it shut off, she's like, okay, good. Now, if you like, I'm going to go ahead and get this scheduled for you. Give me your name, number, address, and all the other stuff. It's really intuitive. So you do leather work and have been running off WordPress for 12 years. I rebuilt my website in 2 days that takes full orders, do shipping, made a product builder and everything. I could never imagine I wanted. This would have cost me 20 grand. Oh yeah, or more, definitely. And that's why that's what made me want to actually do this channel is to bring in people who wants to learn how to vibe code or like-minded people who even if it's you don't know how to code, you can still do it. You can still build what you need and learn as you're doing it. And that's why I got my whole Discord as well. So you can be grouped with like-minded people and have conversations, or if you have questions, or if you need help with anything. That's what it's there for. Hey X, I got a tip for you. Use Claude for UI and stuff. Use Codex for fixing bugs. And I swear, Codex will fix everything like he does for me. You're right, he will. Codex has actually been very good at fixing. That's why I'm using Codex to debug right now. And Claude is just my director. He's the mean guy. That should be an option. Is that you choose the type of director you want, like a micromanager or a macro manager, and then if he doesn't like the results of a certain terminal, he'll fire them and rehire a new one. That would be fun. Hey, Big, are you okay sharing me your website and I can show it to everybody here on the stream, or is it too is it more personal or private in your local area? And if that's the case, I completely understand. No, I'm not here to judge at all, really. And you are okay with me showing it on stream, right? Okay. So it's called firehelmetshields.com. Ah, so this is the type of work you do right here then. That's impressive. You know what? This doesn't look like it was vibe coded. It looks like it's Shopify. Is that am I accurate on that? This has the Shopify vibes to it, which is just as good. Shopify is a great product for a lot of people, especially if you just need a shopping cart. You're just trying to set up your stuff. Shopify is the way to go, and they're very reasonable on the price. Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. It did have the Shopify vibe to it. They are they're easy to spot out there. You can customize it to get away from that cookie cutter look. And I'm not calling yours bad or anything. It's a great website, very responsive. So I'm just letting you know that I was able to tell. If you want to do more of like a self branding type thing. But other than that, it's not good. There's no harm or anything to have Shopify. Shopify is a great product, and there's a lot of big companies that use it out there. So I love your. I'm gonna look at your gallery here, see what type of work you do. Get to one. Yeah, this is awesome. And you do all the stitching yourself. What about tanning? Do you buy your own? Do you buy the leather or do you actually tan it yourself, or what do you do? Oh, you're saying it was all vibe coded. It wasn't. It's not Shopify. Oh, that's more impressive than if this was all vibe coded. I am really impressed then. So you buy the leather? Okay. Yeah, I like that. I like that old leather look like this. You cut it out on a laser? Okay. That actually makes sense. I think the laser misfired on this one.